Hey all, this is Tom. I gotta apologise right off the bat and say this is neither a live reaction nor a blind one. Unfortunately, there were a lot of technical issues on the official PlayStation Twitch stream last night, and considering the Sony things start at 2 AM BST time, British Standard Time, I did not have the patience to wait more than 10 minutes for them to fix their shit, and it went on for a long time. So what I'm going to do here is a bit of post-reaction and review. I already know what's coming, so I'm not going to pretend to be surprised by anything, and Sony already announced prior to the showing that it was going to be a more casual affair with just a showcase of a few games. There are some surprises here, which I appreciate, but yeah, let's just go through the motions here, and maybe you'll understand why a lot of people didn't care for this particular conference. Let me get up my list here. Sony E3 list. Now, they're going to be showcasing 4 games here, the first of which will be The Last of Us Part 2. I'm not entirely sure the order of the rest of these, but we have The Ghost of Tsushima, I believe it's called, Spidey PS4, obviously, and Death Stranding. I like Sean Layden. He's not quite, you know, Reggie levels, but I guess he's the closest Sony equivalent.
Some of the key titles we've talked about before, but we're going to talk about them in a different way tonight, a deeper way.
Yeah, the deeper way basically means a lot of gameplay demos. Thankfully this year they didn't seem to cut back to the player like every few minutes, which I appreciate, but these were always the weakest part of Sony's conferences in general, where they just let the camera roll, and it's like, I appreciate a bit of snappiness when it comes to this stuff, and I might seem a little bit cynical and negative right now, but this is just not what I expect of an E3 conference. I mean, granted, Sony's conferences are always a little bit overwrought. I think they go on for far too long anyway, but when you combine that with this whole more intimate setting designed to create a narrative between Sony and the audience, which doesn't really transfer to the live stream audience, yeah, it's a little bit pretentious, but let's judge this on the games, and then we'll judge the presentation itself.
Without further ado, it is my great honor and my unique privilege to invite to the stage, introduce to you, Gustavo Santaolalla.
I don't know who that is. I said this last night, but it's just a dude in a hoodie. He's going to be playing a bit of a banjo to lead us into The Last of Us Part 2. And it's just music. It's just a guy playing a banjo on stage. Sure, it's atmospheric. Sure, the banjo playing is nice. But this is a video game conference. Would it have killed you to like maybe throw up the previous reaction or trailer for The Last of Us Part 2 on the screen, just to give the people in the audience a little bit to look at? Please try not to make any Deliverance jokes in the comments. It demeans both you and I. Now, at the time of recording, the reaction was going fine. It was actually after The Last of Us Part 2 where everything fell apart, so I'll see if I can pinpoint the exact moment where it all went to shit. Absolutely shocking. Every single feed of this Sony conference, except the official PlayStation one, worked fine with no problems. Shocking. Shocking. As my banjo gently weeps. No banjo this E3, obviously. I still think Gears for Breakfast could do a fucking awesome Banjo-Kazooie game. They proved they can make a Banjo-esque game with Hat in Time. Give them the assets. Microsoft, you can do it. Microsoft are still winning this proverbial E3 war. By the way, they still have the best conference to date, but at the time of re-recording this, the Nintendo Direct hasn't happened yet, so whether that's going to be underwhelming, or whether it will deliver exactly what people are looking for, I don't know. I just don't know. So you could have had him live scoring some gameplay here. I don't understand this musical prologue or musical interlude, because this is not the only one of these in the conference. There will be another later. I caught the tail end of that one when the stream decided to actually start fucking working again. There may be a little bit of audio wittering. I'm not entirely sure whether that was on the stream originally, because I was watching the PlayStation feed. This is the Twitch one, so I apologise if that's annoying. Not a lot I can do. I gotta get a copy of the VOD wherever I can. Fair play. He strums a mean banjo. And we're done. Thank God. Let's actually see some gameplay. He will disappear through the wall door, the door in the wall where doors are usually located, and we cut to black, and it's time for some motherfucking gameplay finally. Sorry, did I say gameplay? I meant some cutscenes. Let's cut to some cutscenes.
Went out one night to make a little round. I met little Sadie and I shot her down. Went back home, jumped into bed. 44 pistol under my head.
You know, when I was first watching this, I thought the hall Ellie standing in here was actually the hall all the E3 patrons were in. Would have been kind of funny. Heavy flashbacks to Beyond Two Souls. Just make sure you pick the right option here, Ellie. Don't dance with the boy. Don't get trapped in the closet and have a ghost save you.
I hate these things. Tell me about it.
Is it me, or does do the character models rather still seem a little bit uncanny? There's something about the way the faces emote which doesn't seem perfect to me yet. Maybe I'm nitpicking, and I probably am, but the hair looks fantastic. The cloth textures are amazing. Like, the skin textures as well are fine, it's just the facial animations, and mostly the mouth. I find the mouth is the hardest thing to animate. You smooth motherfucker. The mouth is the hardest thing to animate. Like, even, I'll give him credit, even David Cage, with all his, you know, lust for, like, mocap and whatnot, still can't get the mouth right most of the time.
Make it 1 week. Ellie! Hey! What took you so long? Oh, I'm here.
Yep, that's mine now. I will drink your drink.
Jesse.
Yeah, you better walk.
Hey, don't forget we leave at first light, so get some rest.
So is this before all the zombies and whatnot? I asked this last night as well. I think it might be a flashback, because it would be a little bit weird if everyone came together and just started, like, slow dancing in the middle of the post-apocalypse.
How bad do I smell?
Like absolute garbage.
Like a hot pile of garbage?
Thank you. Ellie agrees. There, you are now my garbage queen.
Gross. You love it.
Like, the lighting and whatnot is amazing on the models. Again, it's just the facial animations. But I'm a stickler for stuff like that. Probably got a few mental problems that can be attributed to such nitpicking, but whatever.
Maybe they're staring at you.
Well, you know, I am Ellie of the world-famous The Last of Us franchise.
Maybe they're jealous of you.
Truly, we are the jealous of us.
I'm just a girl, not a threat.
Well, we shall see about that. Like Joel, he could murder a bitch or two, so we'll see what happens.
I think they should be terrified.
Oh, this bit is hilarious. Not the kiss that's about to happen, but Disney XD was apparently streaming this, and they censored this bit. I don't know, either let it happen or don't air the fucking conference at all. Don't be wishy-washy about it. Oh man, I wish I was back in that fucking hole, back in on that sweet chick. But here I am just garroting fellas in the throat. It's always the way. Okay, now we get some actual gameplay. Which, while very impressive, don't get me wrong, probably would have hit a little bit harder had we not have previous trailers for, you know, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I absolutely butchered that sentence grammar-wise, but hopefully you got what I'm trying to say here. Like, environmental design is fantastic. The way Ellie moves through the environment, gorgeous. Dude holding a light. One of the best dudes holding a light in recent E3 memory, I think. That's a warning. It means don't start your E3 shows with a banjo. Don't do it. Just cut straight to gameplay. Ah, well, they're distracted. I'll go down the route that doesn't contain any guards for some reason. Just because this is post-reaction and analysis doesn't mean I can't riff, okay? I've got to keep myself amused somehow. Because honestly, I haven't played the first Last of Us. I never really cared to. And hey, I've got God of War for PS4 now, so I've kind of got the same game, let's be honest. That's really mean. Like, the dude thought he was gonna hang, but you ended up just, like, garroting him instead, and ew. That's his intestines. That whistling means it's time for a hunt. Come on, lads, just leave him there. The Jaguars will take care of him. Yeah, time to back up, Ellie. Aha! How convenient. But I ain't complaining. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do in such harsh landscapes. I will say, when you don't have any kind of mini-map, stealth games like this are all the more intense. So kudos for getting the atmosphere dripping down the screen. Even if you're not, you know, going rooty-tooty, pointing and shooty, I think people are still going to hear the death cries and the arrows whipping through the air. That's one of my favourite Game Grumps bits from Breath of the Wild, by the way. Fum fum, fum 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 fum. Just arrows constantly hitting one of the Koroks. That playthrough wasn't perfect, but I think it was a lot better than that Wind Waker one. I wish Aaron didn't play ahead. Why am I talking about this? It's the fucking PlayStation conference. Well, I'm gonna have to get a bit creative when it comes to commentary here. Again, I've seen all of this, for the most part anyway. No, I'm human. Nice camera angles for the combat and whatnot. It almost looks like a cutscene, the way it's framed, but it is not. It is all real. Real time for you and me. Oh, yeah, time to start running. Shame she had to lose one of her axes, but there's plenty more axes in the sea, as they say. Wouldn't it have been a smarter idea to wear green clothing? Blue kind of sticks out in a green field, don't you think? I don't know, maybe some of them are colourblind. It could happen. It's not out of the realms of possibility.
Came through here.
So is that just Ellie's nickname? The Wolf?
Go.
The Wolf of The Last of Us Part 2. Truly we are the Wolf of The Last of Us Part 2. Okay, I think I've rammed that joke straight into the underworld. When she looks under here, I'm going to shoot her so hard in the face. Bye. No matter how far we come in terms of technical advancements, we will never escape the rapidly pressing button prompt, you know? It's always going to be there. We'll be plugged into the PlayStation 6, like it will go directly into our spinal cord and project stuff directly into our brain, but we'll still have to mash triangle and whatever. It's a good job they've only been hitting her like in the arm or around the shoulder. Very nice context sensitive thing right there. I wonder if that bottle always spawns. Well, they're not afraid to shoot hostages. Let's hope they don't need something from the corner shop. Hello, we're coming in. We'd robbed the place, but it seems to have already been pilfered. I'm Guy with Hammer. I'm the boss of this crew. There are moments in this particular section which make me question just how attentive the characters are in this particular game, because peripheral vision is still a thing, you know? Like, the one closest to Ellie must have noticed something at the very least. Oh well. I'll grant him a blind spot here and there. And she is wearing dark colours at the very least, so... Yay, free arrow! One more to the equation. The situation just keeps getting more and more dangerous, I love it. Oh, we're crafting. One explosive arrow, ready to rock. Thrilling commentary, I know. Call me a break. It's just straight unfiltered gameplay. Didn't have to do a dirty like that, tossing her through like the makeup and shit. Well, that's what you get for being a poor shot. These arrows are mine now. Oh, Jesus. He must have been a thick lad to survive all those arrows. I'm gonna get my monologue out before you kill me. I didn't catch any of that. Oh well. He's macheted now. Doesn't really matter. How long after the first game does this take place? I can't really tell how old Ellie is meant to be here. And we transition back to the past. Wash out.
See, I told you. They should be terrified.
Yeah. They will be. They will be. Snappy, pretty snappy, I'll give it that. The gameplay looked fun, it just doesn't really interest me personally, but credit where credit's due. Bit of an awkward cut back to the audience. I think we're going to outside now. Yeah, here we go. They had these sections before the actual Sony conference in previous years, I believe, but I guess they just decided to fold it into the conference itself because they don't have that much else to show.
That was a new look at The Last of Us Part 2. We're here
Sid
live
Schumann,
in Los Angeles
actual
at the
human.
PlayStation E3 showcase. We're taking a quick intermission while folks move along to the next part of the experience. We'll have a little
Yeah, they're literally moving them to like a different building slash auditorium. Why? I don't know. This resulted in like a 10-15 minute hiatus from the showcase.
And it's going to be a huge night for Worldwide Studios.
I'm not trying to be funny, but I thought this dude was from that show
What better guest
where the guy rescues like damaged cats and whatnot. Just tries to rehabilitate them and whatnot.
Yeah, good to be here.
I thought you were just on stage. How did you get up here so fast?
We created this pneumatic tube that I was dropped into and shot right across the
Oh,
stage.
Sean.
Over here. Well, it's good to
He's
have
got
you.
It's great
bands.
to be here. And I
I'll
think
give
it's
him
a
that.
very,
It's nice of him to join us here in the
very
vastness of space.
Powerful start for our E3 program for this year.
That's right, and there's much more to come, but I do want to zero in on The Last of Us Part 2 here just for a moment. You know, as chairman of Worldwide Studios, you work very closely with Naughty Dog. These guys need no introduction.
Indeed.
And I'm curious, from your perspective, where is their head at when it comes to developing this game?
Well, we want to make a really good sequel to a critically acclaimed game. Want to kind of get a bit of role reversal in there. Ellie is possibly the main character now, and Joel is her sidekick. That's fine for a sequel. You know, changing up stuff, subverting expectations in a way that makes sense. Hint, hint.
And they're going to have a very broad and ranging game that's not going to make you only only work at it as a player, but you're going to have to just think as a person.
Wow. Will I stab the guy or will I shoot him from a distance? These are the philosophical quandaries that The Last of Us Part 2 brings to the table.
Incredible. I mean, Worldwide Studios lately, I mean, it's just been unbelievable. Horizon, you had God of War, which needs no introduction, and Detroit.
I'll give them this. A lot of the games they're mentioning are great, and I guess critically acclaimed, apart from Horizon, which kind of got snubbed at the Game Awards. Honestly, I think Breath of the Wild took all their table scraps, but they're still apparently pretty good games. I'm playing through God of War right now with Mexi. Apologies for the delay in new LP parts. First, Mexi was ill, then we had major technical issues, so at the time this video goes up, which should still be Friday, doesn't matter if it's a post-reaction or not, we should be having some new parts next week. And SU Save the Light will be going on hiatus just while we work on like quick looks and whatnot. So yeah, I can fold HFC announcements into this as well. I'm a good multitasker, what can I say?
That's great to hear that. And, you know, I mean, speaking about making fans happy, I mean, I think there's a question that I've been getting a whole lot, and it has to do with God of War. You know, this is a celebrated game. It's sold extremely well. It has a huge legion of fans. And one of the things I wanted to mention was, you know, I get a lot of tweets about New Game Plus.
Huh. That's an interesting point. I never really considered God of War to be the type of game that needs a new game plus. Or maybe I'm thinking of like post-game content, which is not technically the same thing.
My Twitter feed is filled up with a lot of stuff that we could talk about here or not talk about at all, but it's all important. We take it all seriously, and New Game Plus is something that came through really strong and really hard through that kind of feedback loop, and I'm happy to say today that the teams are working on it, and we should have some more updates on that. We'll put that through the blog, but it's going to happen.
Cool, cool.
Definitely.
Now, some straight to the point. Reggie does have a problem sometimes giving a straight answer, which, you know, he's a PR guy at the end of the day, but I appreciate the straight talk here, even if they are basically celebrating their own success, like these guys work for Sony. Let's be honest here.
If we can create functionality and features that allow people to spend more time in the worlds we build, that's by definition a good thing.
Excellent.
Fantastic. So New Game Plus, that is confirmed. That is coming to God of War.
Nice.
Full details on PlayStation blog shortly. We have a lot more to talk about too.
Yeah, and actually, Sean, I wanted to ask you about that. About a month ago, you did something a little bit out of the ordinary for our team, and you kind of came out and talked about the 4 main games that we would be highlighting tonight's PlayStation Showcase. I was wondering what the thought process was there.
Well, you know,
a lot of people didn't really care for that guy with glasses. I think a lot of people, right off the bat, thought Sony were just throwing in the towel preemptively. And I'm going to be honest, from what I've seen in this conference, maybe that was the smart move, like trying not to get people's expectations too high. Like, I'm not expecting Nintendo to blow me out of the water either, but they're still heavily promoting the fact that there'll be a new Smash Bros. Game there, so we know to expect that at the very least. I'm looking forward to seeing what newcomers are unveiled. I hope for Helldragon's sake, and his soul's sake, that Simon Belmont is among the newcomers. You know, a Konami representative. Fuck knows, I don't think Snake's going to be in anymore. You know?
Games in the showcase later tonight. Do you have any personal games that you're most excited about?
Well, they're all fabulous, and I think
they're making him like choose between his children. Instead of Sophie's choice, it's Sean's choice.
That will be playable in 3 months.
I think games win today.
Our favorite web slinger,
of course.
Yes, Spidey was amazing. I can't wait to actually talk about that.
Awesome, thank you, Sean.
It's not perfect.
So much for dropping by.
I will have some nitpicks there as well, but one of the more promising Sony titles right now. Then again, Insomniac, fantastic dev team.
A few minutes as the E3 showcase continues, but in the meantime, we also have some other updates for you while we wait during this short intermission. So I say we kick it off with a look at the latest from the world of Call of Duty.
Yay, Call of Duty. I actually have to go back to my list now. I believe this is Black Ops 3. It's like some DLC packs and whatnot, so I'll just write down DLC. I don't play Call of Duty, but thousands of people like it, so who the fuck am I to tell them they're wrong? The most powerful bullet. It cannot be stopped. Legends say it's still going around the world to this day. Which I think just proves that we live on a globe and not a disc. Because it would have just flown off the entire world by now, you know? God, it's like a freaking stand. Was it Emperor or Sex Pistols? More Emperor, I think. Because Sex Pistols was a bunch of like little bullet goblins directing whatever his names was bullets around.
Black Ops 3 only when you pre-order Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from PlayStation Store.
Okay.
Welcome back. We are having the PlayStation E3 showcase kicking off in just a few more minutes. We're in a short intermission period here, but we've got some good stuff to talk about. And we've got some good friends as well.
Yeah.
Meredith Molinari and Ramon Russell. Welcome.
I don't know these people, but her jacket is bright as hell.
Friendly faces right before the showcase.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent.
So I say we keep this moving here. And when it comes to Call of Duty, we know that a bunch of remastered maps from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 are making their way to Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
It's always cool when past content is like remade for future games and whatnot. I mean, Smash itself has brought in a lot of maps from older games, like Hyrule Castle from Smash 64, which I think was just put in wholesale. I'm not sure if it was tweaked up or anything like that, but that was great because that was one of my favorite levels.
Surprise PlayStation Plus game drop, and that is going to be Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 is coming to PlayStation Plus later tonight.
Yeah,
that's pretty
awesome.
cool.
Yeah,
like the instant announcements are always hype at E3.
News with our audience, but PlayStation Plus subscribers get a little treat.
Get a
little tasty treat.
Oh, a tasty treat. A tasty treat for you and me. No.
You know, we've been sharing a lot of good news. We got to share 5 really cool announcements last week when we did our countdown, kind of ramping up for tonight's big showcase.
I wasn't following this at all, so this is actually a good refresher for me. I've got my list at the ready.
For a span of 5 days, a lot of great stuff announced. Let's take a quick look back at the highlights.
While they're still setting up people in the new auditorium. What a silly idea. Oh, this is that Tetris game, isn't it? This reminds me a lot of Child of Eden. Is it by the same dude? Tetris Effect. For when you don't want to see the blocks falling. Zombie game 2.5. Over 283 days. I'm amazed that Days Gone is not in this particular showcase. Like, have they given up on it already?
What is this? I have to figure out what happened. Okay, wake up. Focus. Remember.
Twin Mirror. No idea what the gameplay is about, but I'll write it down.
A heartfelt story.
This looked Animal Crossing as fuck.
Who are you?
Ghost Giant. Shasha. And Beat Saber. I've seen the videos of that chick going ham on this. Looks pretty cool. I'm sure Liam, rising superstar Liam, will be happy about this. Any relation to Beat Hazard, or is that just like a completely separate game?
Welcome back. We're just a few minutes away from...
We're always a few minutes away. Make up your mind.
A few minutes, I mean, we're really... So let's keep moving here. There was a lot of great stuff here. Oh, and we could see the crowd is seated. The people are about ready to go. This show's about to continue. This is roughly where the stream started crapping out and dying for me, so... yeah, one more thing. I actually missed this, so I'm interested to see what it was. Let's squeeze it in. Let's squeeze it in.
Squeeze it in.
So this next franchise boasts a huge, loyal community of nearly 6 billion hours.
Weird how they describe it in terms of hours instead of players. I think that says a lot.
We're going to take a first look at the next chapter right now.
Alright, let's see this shit. Is this Destiny? I don't know. I don't really follow these types of games, so I have to glean whatever details I can. When you follow any like gaming blogs and whatnot, you're bound to pick up on stuff just by proxy. These guys look cool, I guess. Don't really have much to say about this. Come on, put him out of his misery if he's not already dead. It's okay, he's faded. Yeah, Destiny 2. I thought so. Destiny 2 Forsaken. Didn't really show any gameplay, so
that was a powerful new look at Destiny 2 Forsaken. Is coming out September 4th on PS4. A lot of great enhancements and content for that one, and
yeah, it looks really good. There's a lot of buzz about that Gambit mode coming up, and guess what? If you're at E3, you can play it at our booth.
I'm not, but that's cool for them.
Because we're about to get to
my voice kind of broke at the end there. That's what you get for trying to be sassy over an E3 live stream, I guess.
Thank you so much for watching. We've got a lot more in store tonight, but for now,
I think it's almost time.
I think it's almost time.
It's been almost time for the past 10-15 minutes.
So much more to cover.
Okay. Got a lot more in store. So let's check it out live right now.
Okay. I think this is Ghost of Tsushima. And we have another musical interlude. I really hope that's an actual Chinese dude or whatever blowing that pipe. Because, isn't this cultural appropriation otherwise? I have to say, when I tuned in rather, actually when my stream started like playing ball again, even though there were sound cutouts on the PlayStation stream once the video feed came back, this dude just reminded me of Tony Robinson from Blackadder. You know, Baldric. I have a cunning plan. I'll play some music instead of actually showing gameplay. Like, if I actually paid all that money to go to E3, and then instead of showing me gameplay, they had this Muppet on stage, giving it all this on a pipe and whatnot, I'm like, sure, it's cool, I'm glad he was paid for his work, as he should be. He's a working dude, I appreciate his time. I'm just here for the games. Like, just take a look at the audience, do they seem invested at all? A lot of them just seem to be like on their phones or zoned out. Did this dude just randomly walk in? Like, is he part of the showcase at all? Who knows? I feel like I'm being a bit overly harsh to this, but don't forget, this was not as cleanly presented, to me at least, as you're seeing here. This is a completely different feed. And I do have to represent my reaction and my opinions. I can't think or represent anyone else here. Is that it? We're done? Thank you. Namaste. Yeah, that dude on his phone is just like, yeah, we done? Kinda looks like me, honestly. A healthier me, which is, yeah. Take of that how you will. No, actually, I do have a fair bit to say about this, and I'm just going to get it all out of the way right at the start so we can focus on the gameplay. I think this works better as a concept than it does as an actual game, because, well, first and foremost, From Software dropped Shadows Die Twice, which already looks a lot more dynamic and whatnot, and granted that's going for a more Bloodborne-esque sort of thing, like a little bit of fantasy in there. This seems to be just more like straight-laced samurai fare, which is a really cool, really cool. Not sure about the English voice acting. I'm not a sub versus dub like kind of guy, but I guess we're dealing with Mongol invasion here. And yeah, the combat itself seems a bit clunky, as we'll see in a little bit. The 1v1 stuff seems serviceable, but I think Two Best Friends said it best when it kind of puts me in mind of the original Assassin's Creed stuff. And Assassin's Creed has come a long way since those days of clunky gameplay, so I guess we'll see. Everyone respects the samurai, though. It's cool. He goes wherever he wants. He dresses in any kind of texture, any kind of material. See, it looks amazing. Look at that. Open world with respect for the environment. There, the red tree. So yeah, I think aesthetically speaking, and in terms of atmosphere and whatnot, Ghost of Tsushima is killing it right now, but well, let's see if you still agree that it's killing it once we actually get to the gameplay, because Sony's very big on these cinematic games, but even as good as God of War PS4 is, you could make an argument that the gameplay is still very hack and slash at the end of the day. There's not much depth there. There's a lot of choice, not much depth per se. Especially compared to games like Devil May Cry 5, which look like the hype is shit, let's be honest. Look at this environment. Amazing.
Where are they?
Alright, here we go. Running animation .gif. Bit too late, Samurai. They're all dead now. Oh, God. Oh, God. Every time someone says Samurai, I'm thinking of Aku. God bless you, Mako. We miss you, mate. Yeah. That's true samurai shit right there. I don't think you're going to be able to pull that off twice, so, see, this is what I'm talking about when, I'm referring to Assassin's Creed gameplay. You don't seem to transition between stances and whatnot very fluidly, but, maybe that's just how a samurai rolls. Very focused strikes, not a lot of flailing and whatnot. Nice parry there. Besides the aesthetics and whatnot, this just seems like, you know, every other Feudal Japan-esque game to date. But it's done well. So, I can appreciate the level of, like, artistic mastery, at the very least. Yeah, that's right. I'm the woman. I wield the bow.
Jin, you're late.
You're impatient.
It's cool to see, like, a... Thank you for putting him out of his misery. It's cool to see a middle-aged female character.
Now they're torturing.
It's actually cool to play as a middle-aged guy. I'm assuming he's middle-aged. Like, usually you're stuck with the young buck trying to make his way in the world, but nice change of pace here.
Down.
We could take them.
No. Remember Sago Bridge. We strike quietly. They kill the monk.
Alright, time for a bit of stealth action here. Nice.
I'll guard the exits. Just get that monk.
It's kind of shitty to go into someone's temple and just start, like, ransacking the place. I'm not even religious, but, just it strikes me as disrespectful. But then again, they're Mongol horde, so what the fuck do they care? Oh, I see. This has a little bit of wire action as well. Look out, shadows die twice.
Please, I do not understand.
Samurai time. What is this, Samurai Vision? Bit of bullet time going on. Motherfucker, how dare you tutor-loot your horn? Well, I guess the hordes are coming now. Best get the monk to safety.
He called reinforcements. We have to move.
On your feet. Poor guy. Oh my god.
Masako!
Stand aside, Jin.
Oh my god, she was evil the whole time?
Family.
Run! If we fight, the Mongols win.
They already won.
It's aesthetic as fuck, mate. Not even gonna try and be cynical and whatnot here. Watching this now, it is starting to slowly grow on me. So, again, credit where credit's due.
You were my friend.
Give me
No.
So what class would the woman be here? Is there like a female equivalent to a samurai, or can only males be samurai? Is she just like an archer? Or an assassin, maybe? Look at this shit. Like, you got the sunrise or the sunset in the background with the red leaves and whatnot. Amazing. Come on, just disarm me. You don't need to kill your friend. She must have known this wasn't going to end the way she wanted to, right? See, there you go. Don't need to kill her. Just smack some sense into this would-be samurai. Yeah, I'm not going to kill you. You have done that yourself. And trailer shot. So yeah, I won't call that super impressive, but it has grown on me since the first showing. It helps that the sound wasn't coming out every 2 seconds. Again, only on PlayStation's official Twitch feed, which I find shocking. I guess this is Dreams, by the way, so they just have like little interludes here and there. Wow, that's pretty jarring. It's cool, but it's very jarring just coming off of Ghost of Tsushima. Dreams isn't actually part of the showcase itself. They're just little stingers, little interludes between like games and whatnot. Ah, this was a new game show. I think it's new anyway.
The oldest house is a shifting place. There are rules and rituals.
Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories Extreme Edition.
You can keep traveling deeper.
Just turns out it's like Castle Oblivion and whatnot. We have another prologue to Kingdom Hearts 3 where they have to go and get Ven. Now I'm not sure how like the gameplay operates here with the place constantly fluctuating and whatnot, but the cynical side of me wants to say this is just another game that Sony can throw out to show how diverse their library is. And here we have an actual bit of gameplay, and it looks fun. It looks fine. Nothing particularly special. I mean, we've had games with like gunplay and like psychokinesis stuff. Visually, it looks great though. Feels a bit redundant to keep mentioning that, but you've always got to give credit where credit's due. Is that part of the show? Yeah, that was a weird cut there. Control. No idea what to make of that, but it sure is a game in a conference. 2019. Again, everything was 2019. Alright, what's up next? Ooh, this was a big un. This was a big un. Very intriguing start as well. I think that might have been a PS1 there. Yeah, that's definitely a PS1. Nice touch. Ratvision, the official prologue to the Ratatouille cooking minigame in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's just another day for the rat. All he wants is food, and humans gotta be fighting one another. Oh, nasty.
Stay back, sir. I've got this. Officer, you need help? What are you doing? Get off. No.
Aw. The dead rat witnesses more death. It never ends. Zombambino's up in this bitch. If you've already guessed what game it was, or is even, good for you. Because I think this took a lot of people by surprise. Fuck yeah, buddy. It's the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Jesus Christ.
This is definitely a big one. Resi 2 remake. Gets a little star right there.
Always a pleasure.
This is what we call a killer app. I'm not entirely sure whether it's exclusive to PS4, but
My mistake.
they prettied it up.
See one of those things.
This would be Resident Evil 7 level graphics, yeah?
You do not hesitate.
Don't hesitate when it comes to zombies. They will turn you into one of them.
To save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction.
It looks really good.
Survival's your responsibility.
Like, my favourite Resi is 4, mostly because it doesn't have as many horror aspects as the other games, but
Will you help me?
yeah, whatever.
Of course.
Claire Redfield, I think that was Sherry Birkin, right?
Impressive display of strength.
I know a bit of Resident Evil lore, not that much.
But we never meant for this to happen.
Jesus Christ. It's nailing the aesthetic and the atmosphere right now.
It's coming. It's coming back.
Yeah, that's great. No cynicism there, that is fantastic. That's days before Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out. That's going to be a good month for PlayStation fans, I think. Yeah, don't think he was good. Thought he was going to be on camera though. Another Dreams interlude here. What random event will we see now? Tootaloot your flute. Oh, embarrassing. Performance issues. It happens. Don't worry about it.
From Squanch Games and the co-creator of Rick and Morty.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Bathtub Guy.
I'm literally Rick in a bathtub playing a video game. Still haven't watched Rick and Morty. I do like that courtroom scene that Justin Roiland did. I think that was actually Justin Roiland doing the voices for that bit.
I'm the bathtub guy. I'm always in my bathtub, but, you know, that's not about me right now. It's about this game. Whoa, look at that. That's exciting footage I just saw. Oh, I'm playing it right now. Look at me. I'm a cool cucumber over here.
This style of like writing, I don't know how you didn't see that coming, by the way, but this style of writing where it's like, oh, I'm apathetic but not really, and I'm very earnest, and that's just Morty, is it's kind of hit and miss, but maybe I should actually just watch Rick and Morty instead of waffling here.
Based thing. Help! He's got electrocuted.
Trover saves the universe. Looks interesting, I guess. Don't really have much to say about it besides that. Kingdom Hearts 3! Now the real shit begins!
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
This fucking blew me away. I can't believe we're going back to Pirates of the Caribbean. The world is actually the Caribbean this time, it's not Port Royale. So we're out at sea a lot, which is great. Sora looks so good as a pirate. Interesting how it took him till Kingdom Hearts 3 to actually ride the raft out to sea. And also interestingly, it doesn't seem like they're going to be adapting Dead Man's Chest unless that comes earlier. This is World End stuff. Look at those fucking character models. Like, I'm not going to put them up against still images of the actual movie and say, wow, it looks the same, because they don't. But it looks fantastic. And we have fucking naval combat. I doubt it's going to be as deep as, like, Skull and Bones, but it's still taking its dinner scraps. This fucking Keyblade looks amazing. You know what? I don't even care if it's, like, all show and no, like, substance at this point. The Wilds, whatever they're called, from a Deep Jungle. Undersea combat and, like, movement and whatnot. Look at that fucking water. Amazing. You can jump onto Heartless and whatnot. Thankfully, this thing is not Ruler of the Sky, so I'm fine with its inclusion. And a bit of flow motion grinding. Ooh.
Back in the organization? Yes. Surprising, isn't it?
Well, we probably could have, you know, deduced that Luxord was coming back, and I'm glad because he is apparently Nomura's favourite org member. I'm not sure if that's James Arnold Taylor, as Jackie might actually be Johnny Depp, I'm not sure. Luxord looks very striking in this art style, I have to say. All the Titans, not just Rock and Ice, that's so fucking great. I hope we actually see Zeus and whatnot. I'm struggling to get all my thoughts out here. This trailer is going by at a very decent clip. The Elsa model is growing on me a lot, like all the Frozen stuff. Even without the sound effects and whatnot here, look great. Tangled, I think, might actually be the best looking world in the game. It's like almost 1-for-1 with the fucking movie itself. That's either Billy Crystal or a very decent sound-alike. When his voice broke towards the end, it didn't really sound like him all that much, but yeah, they're looking for 7 new Hearts of Light, so get to theorizing, guys. Why is Sora in his KH2 outfit here? Does Zigbar like a costume at the start of the game or something?
Hey, Axel.
Lee looks great. Kairi looks kawaii as fuck!
Got your hair, too.
This song's really growing on me. I love it. Riku looking fly as fuck. And maybe a bit of Rapliku as well. The more you goddamn ruse, man. Fucking great trailer. I'm so glad that Pirates of the Caribbean is back. And then it actually looks great as well. That's the main thing. Yeah, limited edition PS4 Pro. Looks great. This was a nice surprise though. If you don't have the collections already, you may heavily want to consider this if you have a PS4. Why, you may ask? Well, watch on. All the games in one package. Shit, if you pick up, like, Days and RE Coded for a pittance, you could have them all for, like, under $150 dues, so... Fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, man. Jesus Christ, it looks so good. That's getting a star. Hell yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm glad Luxord's getting more time with the organisation and whatnot. Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. Thank you. Not my joke. So we got a bit of Death Stranding now. Which, to be honest, just goes completely over my head. It's typical Kojima stuff, so I'm not going to rave it out too much. It is what it is.
Chiral allergy. So, you have dooms, like me?
Norman Reedus is from The Walking Dead, right?
What's your level?
I'm not entirely sure.
You got the extinction factor, but I think you got me beat.
You can see them, right?
No, but I can sense them.
Wanna come work for me?
Ooh.
Must be tough out here on your own.
Beware the mark of the false shepherd.
I can help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
Asylums for the Feeling. I seem to recall a lot of people in the Twitch chat screaming, like, walking simulator at this point. Like he's just a delivery boy. And granted, it looks interesting. Is there a mechanic where you have to keep shifting your weight and whatnot? Because lugging stuff on your back can get very uncomfortable. I guess this is just mostly to show off like the environmental design and whatnot, but after playing Breath of the Wild, this doesn't really seem to have a lot going for it content-wise. Yeah, that's right. Wash away the technical failings of the first, like, fifth of the conference. You can do it. Jesus Christ. Wouldn't it have just been easier to carry them in your arms at that point? I think I'm going to need some, like... For once, I actually need some more cutscenes, because I think it looks more interesting than the gameplay so far. Well, there goes whatever that was. Oh, Jesus Christ. I will deliver these dominoes, no matter what. Jesus. Please don't pick off your toenails. Oh! Oh my god! That doesn't even really get to me all that much, but shit, it did there. Give me your hand in life. That's like a line out of a Kingdom Hearts trailer. Ooh. I saw the hair standing up on his arms there, that was pretty dope. Nipples. You got the goose pimples and whatnot. That's pretty cool. I can see you commentating, Tom. They're coming for you to stop you making cringy commentary. So what are these things that leave human-shaped handprints? I want to say footprints, but they must be walking on their hands or something. Don't do it. Girl, what are you wearing? I won't lie, this is pretty tense right now. Well, I guess that thing has no sense of smell. We live to dialogue another day. Monologue, Tom. Fucking learn words, please. This is where I dropped the title, if I was editing this trailer. Give me your hand in death. The follow-up KH trailer line.
Watch yourself.
That umbrella is so Kojima, it's actually unreal.
The time full fast forwards whatever it touches. But it can't wash everything away.
Huh.
The past just won't let go. I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
Give me a hand in flesh. Getting a bit weird now.
What's your status? Beryllium density is still increasing.
My status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
Not really sure what to make of the story.
I got an idea.
Like, am I to understand that, like, whatever they touch, it advances time? Again, I am talking over this, so, oh, here comes the funky fetus. And the little flapper thing. I guess that's just like... can't believe I'm making this comparison. Luigi's Game Boy Horror. Like it starts flapping when the fetus ghosts approach. Like to see that in Luigi's Mansion 3. Wake up. You must perform your role as the funky fetus. See, this is the kind of gameplay I'd like to see. The real tense shit. Where are we going? I don't know. Just gotta get away from here. I thought one was going to appear right in front of him. Yeah, let's run. No! Norman Reedus! No! Funky Fetus! Double no! Death Stranding coming to PS4 whenever it's fucking ready. Yeah, that sure was a presentation. I don't know. Like, if you already like Hideo Kojima and his works, what the fuck? But also, I think you've already decided whether or not this game is for you, you know? Seriously, what the fuck?
You're too late.
So yeah, I think if you were enamored by the concept of Death Stranding from the beginning, this isn't really gonna, like, change your opinion or make you want it more. Who is that? Nice music. That's the final line of the KH3 trailer. So yeah, no idea what to make of that, but I'm sure it will do well. It's Kojima's first game after like leaving Konami and whatnot, so yeah, don't forget it wasn't just Kojima who sort of suffered under Konami's tyrannical reign, so to speak. It was like a lot of employees and whatnot as well, so think of them the next time we're all praising Kojima and whatnot. You're getting a fuck ton of samurai stuff this E3. Samurais and pirates. Come on lads, you're not dead yet. There you go. My horn is a sword. In fact, it's two swords. Ah, I am a meaty sequel! Neo 2. Never actually played the first game, but embarrassingly enough, I got the first one confused with Nier Automata. Don't ask me why, it's the fact that both games start with N. I should probably write that down. Neo 2. Samurai Boogaloo. We're actually approaching the final third of the conference here. There's only about 20 minutes left. Yeah, I don't think these are charming as they were intended to be, honestly. Fucking Spidey!
Yuri? I thought you said it was secure.
It was. Let's go. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks.
Is this an original character? I don't recall her in, like, what little I've read of the comics or any of, like, the cartoons and movies and whatnot. I guess Electro's just never going to go back to his old, like, fancy, spiky mask sort of thing. It's a bit too camp for this day and age. Well, you steered it mostly away from crashing, but you couldn't prevent the crashing, unfortunately. Still, we're alive, and that's all that matters.
You okay?
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, just in time for the fireworks.
Ah, I love fireworks. Escape convicts, not so much. I will say their shot collars remind me of the dude's coat collar from Cyberpunk 2077. That's pretty funny. I'm going to say that thing properly without slurring it. Cyberpunk 2077. There you go. Nice little bit of combat here. I have to say, pay very close attention to the transitions between attacks here, because while it is very fluid, there's still a lot of the whole jump to enemy and just like slide between different opponents, which was very prevalent in Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, which is fantastic. I love Shattered Dimensions. You got some environmental attacks and whatnot. What is Web Blossom? I guess that's fucking Web Blossom. That's pretty hype.
That doesn't sound good.
So yeah, there's obviously a lot of scripted stuff here to allow just cool shit to happen, which I'm honestly fine with for the most part. You know, you can't have everything be free and still have like this level of cinematic depth, you know? Also, I think we're very close to getting a Sinister 6 reunion here. We're only 4 members off. Let's see if any more appear. There's Scorpion. He doesn't seem to be symbioted up, so there's that very classic design as well.
Can you hold on a minute? I was in the middle of a phone call and it was busy.
Hopefully that fucked up him as well. Shields. How quaint. I'll just jump over them and ignore you instead.
Not really. Electro, Rhino, and now Scorpion are all on the loose. What's going on in the rest of the prison?
Camera system's almost done. I'll give you a sit rep soon.
Okay, I'll keep tracking Electro.
The combat does look very fluid, to Insomniac's credit. It's a good job he pulls his punches, because don't forget, he has, I think, the proportionate strength of a spider.
Come on, Spider-Man. I thought this was a chase.
Oh god, he is loving this shit. He is just mugging for the camera. Alright, here's where I think a lot of people had misgivings with this particular showcase of Spidey PS4. A lot of this just has to be scripted, because like, I can't imagine this set piece working without some scripting, which again is fine, so long as it's fun to play. Does it really matter if you're led down a very linear corridor? I don't know. For set piece stuff like this, I think it's fine. For city stuff, I think it's a little bit less forgivable, but this looks great. It's a shame this isn't based on the Michael Keaton interpretation of Vulture, because he was fucking dope. It's very much classic Vulture here. The game seems to blend a lot of like classic and modern elements of Spider-Man. Very much a celebration of Spider-Man in general, which kudos to Insomniac. Visual design wise, you know, just aesthetically, they've done a fantastic job. Like, even the Spider-Man suit is unique.
I am serious. I have to go. Some of them are heading into the city.
This is nuts.
I know. I'll try magnesis. That's a good trick. See, this is where it helps having actually watched the trailer beforehand. You can set up terrible jokes like that. Terria! Oh, right in me spider giblets. I'm not done yet. Now chase me up a vertical wall. Aren't most walls vertical? What the fuck am I even talking about? It's worth noting that he does shoot out a web line before zipping to the next, like, wall, so it does make sense, like, gameplay-wise. Yeah, that's right. I meant for you to come up here.
How do you like my new suit? Dashing. Where'd you get it?
I kind of preferred it with the mask, but it's cool. It's a nice modern take on Electro, and it's not Jamie Foxx. In fact, fuck. I love Jamie Foxx as an actor, but yeah, as Electro, holy shit, no. What a terrible miscasting. Where's Doc Ock exactly? Wasn't he part of the Sinister Six? So let's see, let's count them off. We've got Scorpion, Rhino, Mr. Negative, Vulture, Electro. Am I missing one here?
In fact, we don't have to do this at all if you don't want to.
We definitely want to.
I'm going to count them off again because I feel like I'm missing one. Rhino, Scorpion, Vulture, Mr. Negative, Electro. Yeah, I'm only seeing 5 here. Again, I am terrible at maths, so I might be miscounting at one. Oh, right in the spider spine. Where were you then, Spider Sense? What, did I run out of meter or something? Jesus Christ. Like, it wasn't enough what happened in Infinity War. You gotta do my boy Pete dirty here. So who could it be? Doc Ock? Venom? I was trying to read Electro's face to see if it was like a good or a bad thing for him. Couldn't really tell. But yeah, that's definitely one of the highlights of the show for me. That looked amazing. Again, it could vary whether you like your Spidey non-railroaded in action set pieces, but what are you gonna do? Sometimes you do have to railroad a little bit.
I think they should be terrified of you.
I think we're done. I actually have a lot to say about this showcase / conference after we're done here, but there were a few good things there for sure. Sure, I guess. That's really what you're gonna end on. Polite claps, not uproarious applause. Anything else? We done? Yeah, I think we're done. Okay. Well, let's just turn the volume down and yeah, let's take a look at the list here. They showed us The Last of Us Part 2, The Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, Spidey 4, Call of Duty Black Ops DLC, Tetris Effect, Days Gone, Twin Mirror, Ghost Giant and Beat Saber all in one trailer, the Destiny 2 Forsaken DLC, Control, Resi 2 Remake, Trover Saves the Universe, Kingdom Hearts, Motherfucking Free, and Neo 2. I think that's all of it.
Did you grow up with samurai movies?
I said I wouldn't judge the version of the conference I watched as it was going live, and I'm not going to here, but I still have to take that into effect, or into account even. This was not one of Sony's strongest showings. I didn't expect it to be going in, but there was just a lot of chaff here. Like, the musical stuff was not necessary at all. The unnecessary, like, break, switching people over to another auditorium, or just, like, location for the next set of trailers and whatnot. I think they realised quickly that they couldn't do that for every single game. Unless they did it, I just wasn't paying attention, but, yeah, it just seemed very clunky. It wasn't, like, smooth, it wasn't all that snappy. They had 3 big things for me, them being Resi 2 Remake, which looks fantastic, Kingdom Hearts 3, the Pirates of the Caribbean world looks phenomenal. Like, if you had told me Pirates was coming back before this, because it wasn't in any of the leaks, I would have said eh, but now it's coming back, and it looks as good as it does. Fuck yes, I'm glad it's in. And of course we have Spidey PS4, so yeah, that's great, but I wasn't super impressed with all of that. Like, it just seemed like they'd run out of steam, and you know, the PS4 has been out for a while, but I expect a bit more than that, especially from one of the big 3, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with my gut instinct and give them a C+. Like, you may disagree with that. Feel free to tell me what you thought of the conference in the comments, but I just wasn't that impressed overall. And I think they had a kind of sloppy showing, honestly. But hey, that's E3. Some years are going to be better than others, so I'm not discouraged. I still appreciate my PS4 a lot. Got a lot of quick looks on PS4 games to cover this year, so thank you patrons for that. And we still have one more E3 conference to go, and at the time of recording, that's in just over 3 hours time, so I'll see you next time when we cover the Nintendo Direct of E3 2018. See you then.
Right now.